A 73-year-old man is missing after falling overboard a Disney Cruise Line ship. The incident took place around 4:30 a.m. local time on Saturday, November 22nd, on the Disney Wonder ship sailing from Melbourne, Australia to Auckland, New Zealand, 7 News Australia reported, citing the Victoria Police. It is understood that the man died after he jumped from a cruise liner into the waters in the Tasman Sea, a police spokeswoman told the outlet. The man's identity has not been shared publicly. According to the 7 News Australia, the Disney Wonder ship turned around and crew searched for the missing passenger for approximately 5 hours, but they were unable to find him. This is just so sad. Someone that I watch on YouTube was saying that they're going to go on a Disney cruise and they're hoping that it's going to be better. And I was like, oh, I hope that too. And then I came across this article. I'm like, even on a Disney cruise, like this is so sad. I don't know if this is something that was intentional or if there is criminal activity involved. But again, just another thing to flag is, especially if you have elderly with you, maybe to just make sure to check in with them more often and see how they're doing and just make sure that they haven't fallen, because it's a lot harder for them to hold themselves up than like a 20-30-year-old if they were to fall or something to happen, right? So just things to think about that I wouldn't think about. Authorities say they are not treating the death as suspicious. A coroner's report is currently being prepared, News Today reported. The Disney ship is currently continuing its journey to Auckland. So again, super sad. Again, it sounds like they're saying they don't think any criminal activity. So I don't know if this is something that was intentional or if this was something, because if there are things like, you could still be a gambler on a boat, you can still be a drug addict on a boat, your hardships don't necessarily go away on a boat. And if you're feeling like you can't escape and you're going through some hard times, like maybe in the moment he thought that was the right time, and maybe he wasn't having a good time, or maybe he just fell. It's so hard to say, but I think it's just another time where we pause. Obviously, pray for his soul and for his family. Hopefully they get answers. Hopefully they can find a body at some point. And then also for those that, aren't personally affected by this one situation, is just taking time to think of, checking in, especially if you're on a boat with, like I said, people that are a bit older that maybe it's a bit harder for them to get around, or, if they're a little bit withdrawn. It's not everyone's responsibility for other people's lives, but I think checking in more is never a bad plan.